just doing the most basic of wrestling move called an ankle pick and put him in the most basic of a chokehold and just made him tap it a minute 40 seconds. Like, I can't think of many other crossovers.
But James Toney went in completely disregarding MMA for anything because he thought boxing was everything. Like.
Oh yeah. Like he was like, I'll knock this guy out in fucking 2 rounds.
Randy like ankle pick.
Yeah. Like
stupid choke.
It's not even learning to sprawl when you're on a fight, Randy Couture. Like he's some man. He fucking went in, had a massive career, a late career in his life.
Yeah, you wouldn't hear of it now, like.
And then stopped. Yeah. And then went back at 40 and won the heavyweight title. Yeah. Like he'd already won other titles, Chuck Liddell and all. And then came back and bit Tim Sylvia at 40 to win a heavyweight title. Like.
That's a fucking mad fight.
It's like back and forth.
Yeah. Tim Sylvia's huge as well.
That era is my favourite UFC. I wasn't watching it live at the time, but it's my favourite.
It's deadly to watch,
And like the reason why I think it's not hacky now, but fuck it, the hack of like UFC now is like you've got two types of fighters, and 90% of them are GSPs. They're like play it safe.
Play it safe. Technical point for it is like
they've learned the game so much from when we were watching it. When we were watching it was hell for leather swings.
That's it,
and now they've learned the game so much now to be defensive. But 10% of those guys are John Jones. Where you're like, oh, you're fucking adding shit I've never seen. That's why I've always liked the Diaz brothers. Like no one punches like that.
That's it, And then it was killing like that, like recently in the last few years, Israel Adesanya.
People like that. Anyone like that fucking straight away piques my interest. Like.
That's it, because you watch him do fucking spinning wheel kicks, comes out and like dodging everything, like Anderson Silva. When Anderson Silva was like in his peak, there's like a bit where he's like hands down by the side, dodging every punch, and then just like one uppercut, and your man is just out. Like
he was going out like taking the piss out of fights to make a point of you don't have anyone to make me fight. It was kind of annoying, but fair play to him. Like.
He fought recently. He fought a boxer. He fought
a big boxer.
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Did he win? I think he won.
Yeah, he won. He's 40 or something.
And he was still pulling the same tricks. He was still fucking taking about.
He's an unreal fighter, man.
Oh, he's one of the best. Like him and I watched John Jones from like his first fight to
Shogun. Shogun was in his first fight. This is the first time he won the title.
It was like before Mark Hamill, like Stephen Bonner maybe one of them.
Stephen Bonner,
whatever. I remember watching it live and he's spinning back, elbowed someone. I went, oh, I like this guy, and fucking then he won the title within 2 years. Like, and at that time he was like 20.
Remember that fucking thing? I think it might have been this year. Yawahim, your man's name is. He's like your man catches his foot. He does like a spinning.
And he knocked him out.
Yawahim Book.
That was crazy, man. That was last year or something.
No, I think it was this year. I think it was
recently.
Then the UFC came back around, and it was all the no crowd in Dubai thing.
Fight Island,
yeah. It might have been last year, actually, now that I think of it. But it was some kick. It was like an Inzaguri that they used to do in fucking wrestling. Like. Yeah, but he, like, knocked your man out. Now it's real hacky. Did you ever see that Ultimate Fighter episode where Uriah Hall knocks your man out with a spinning back kick, and your man is like, it's the worst spinning back kick you'll ever see in UFC history, and like because there's no crowd, it's in the UFC, you hear like your man's teeth.
Oh, I have seen that. The Ultimate Fighter, because like there's no crowd.
And he's like, your man's like in bits on the ground. Like.
There's a lot of hacky shit in the Ultimate Fighter because like it was dramatised and all.
Yeah, did you ever see the one of your man in the Mohawk? What's his name? Fucking crying. Just let me bang.
Oh yeah. And Josh Koscheck and all.
He's a fucking everyone dick. Hates him.
Yeah, because he was such a dick on that he was completely unlikable.
Yeah.
There's a great story, now I'm robbing the story, but fuck it, I know it's true, of the season Brendan Schaub did it. Kimbo Slice was on. There was a big fight between all the black lads and the white lads because one of the white lads said a fucking big huge word, so everyone was fucking.
I said a big massive word.
Right in front of Kimbo and all the mates. So there's Kimbo and two other black lads.
You're saying this was dramatised?
Maybe a little, but like I think half of it was on camera, so like, you know what I mean. But anyway, they go in and they wake up Schaub. They're like, hired man, fucking blah blah blah's into the sitting room there, and he's giving out calling us all M words, and Schaub's like, okay. He's like, are you not going to come out and help us fight them? He's like, man, I'm not black. And he's like, what? He's like, man, I'm not black. I'm just white. I just look like this. He's like, damn man, I thought you was black. It didn't bother him. Alright,
fair Jesus. That really derailed my fucking. I'm going to get big, huge Brendan and fucking bring him out here to fight you. So, man, I'm not even black.
Just that first initial be like,
what is he?
He is like Scottish or something.
Schaub.
Yeah, he's half Irish, half Scottish. Or like half English.
Then again, I know people that have dark hair. Like Sonny Redmond.
She's last names and all.
Yeah, he listens to the podcast. Yeah.
But I think he's just tanned. I think sunbeds is what he is.
Sunbeds, yeah. But like people are dark. Some Irish people have real dark.
Yeah. He almost looks Italian or something, but yeah. Fucking another thing, I don't know why people don't mention it. Like CTE's become a big thing in American football.
Yeah.
It's definitely worse than UFC.
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, I don't know because
boxing's definitely boxing's worse. Boxing's
the worst.
Yeah, because it's specifically you can
punch
only hit the body or the head, and so like.
Yeah, and then most of them are hitting the body to open up the head.
Yeah. There's no takedowns.
Yeah, no.
But that's been swept under the rug. I feel like
definitely has. And
sorry, go on.
The only thing that I will say about the CTE in American football is that the helmet gives them a false sense of security.
Oh, it does, man.
So they can just crack heads.
Yeah.
And never think, but like in MMA, you are trying to protect your head.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Have you ever watched the Aaron Hernandez documentary or heard that story?
I know the story of it, but
it's crazy, man.
Like, a lot of people.
He like got so crazy from CT, he started killing people.
Yeah.
Like, crazy
shit. Killed a few people, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe two or three.
Maybe,
yeah.
Still a lot. One person's too much.
Oh, it was fucking mad. But like that's, as I said, that's swept under the rug with UFC to some degree.
Definitely is, yeah.
But like say if your son was 12, would you be letting him do MMA? You'd want to keep your young fella, you'd keep an eye on him while he's training because you don't want him getting slaps in the head type deal.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it.
I want to put him into jiu-jitsu now.
Because you couldn't ban him. Like, jiu-jitsu's something else.
Yeah. But like, I want him to be able to defend himself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, not...
I mean, full contact sparring.
I don't know. I'll probably like... But like, there's lads that I do jiu-jitsu with that were like karate black belts when they were like 15. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I still feel like karate's different as well.
Yeah.
I just mean MMA where you're... Or boxing even.
Boxing even. Yeah, even lads that I know that do boxing here is like... I don't know. Like, it's the damage on the head is a big thing. Like, and then...
Because I just know if I lived in America, which I never will, and I had a kid over there, which I never will, unless I win the lotto. See you there.
Do you play the lotto?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not going to fuck
I was only saying the other day I might start though. But
no, it's just gambling. another addiction for the world.
I've never been into gambling. I bought the odd scratch card here and there.
This is nothing to do with well, this is gambling, then you can gamble on MMA. But the amount of lads that I know that are just strung out on the bookies, like.
Yeah. I don't really know many personally, but I know.
Lads I went to school with.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
And like there's pubs next to the bookies in Ballyfermot everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a pub and then.
They're living there,
yeah. It's basically one of the go off one, have a fag in between the two, and then
I know lads that sell weed out of them pretty much.
Yeah.
New lads, allegedly.
Yeah, live in the bookies, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's an addiction I've never really gotten, but I fully get how someone can get into it. Have you ever seen the Louis Theroux documentary about
the gambling in Vegas?
Yeah. So they treat you like a fucking king up until you lose all your money, and then they kick you in the fucking sidewalk, like.
Yeah, Louis Theroux should do a thing on MMA. And all these underground organisations going on, and like the only big break you're going to get is if
even bare knuckle or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched
something like that.
Maybe
wrestling, I suppose. Yeah.
I watched a Voice documentary recently. Voice is fucking gay, but
they do Dark Side Rub the Ring though.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, but a lot of documentaries these days are just too fucking woke and gay for me.
The ones online, I think the actual good ones are saved for TV.
Alright.
So anything Vice Land.
Yeah.
Is alright.
Yeah,
still some woke bullshit.
They've done a thing on that bare knuckle FC in fucking Virginia or whatever the fuck it is, West Virginia.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
on
good.
YouTube, like.
Yeah, it's like what you watch the first, you go and follow like 4 fighters that are going for the first event. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You should watch the Dark Side of the Ring season 3.
Is it where'd you go?
That new dodgy app that's thrown about that I'm not going to say the name of because
you don't have something catching it and then fucking shooting the shit.
Less people that know about it, the better.
Yeah.
These terrarium type apps pop up every now and then. You have to keep them on the low.
Yeah.
I think at least, but
I'll definitely watch that because I didn't even watch season 2.
Season 2 had Benoit now.
Oh, I did watch that.
Yeah. But I've watched them all now at this stage. But I was only thinking there'd be deadly, like a darker side of MMA documentary. Like, could you think of it?
There has to be.
Like, there's definitely been a few, like domestic murders or
not War Machine.
Oh yeah. He's still on the go, isn't he?
No. He's
in jail.
He's locked up.
Yeah. What did he go down for?
Battered Christy Mack on her fucking. This is the funny thing about it. This is the joke that was going around.
Just to clarify, War Machine is his actual fucking name. That's how crazy this lad is. He changed his name to War Machine.
Yeah. He's nuts. Yeah. But he was in the Ultimate Fighter, I think, and he got kicked out. Yeah, because he was fucking mad. And, and he used to go. He was like married there, wherever, to that fucking porn star, Christy Mack.
That's who it was. I knew. Yeah.
And then he came home and found her fucking some other fella, and he battled it out him, like to within an inch of their life. Like.
Fair.
And then it was like, well, she's a porn star, she's fucking some lad, and you come home and fight her. He's basically just bringing the war home.
Imagine he did it and then turned around and was like, oh shit, there's a camera right there.
Imagine being that other fella, man.
What do you mean? Getting barred?
Just walking in, just like, your husband is War Machine.
Yeah.
Not even if you didn't know him, but someone like him coming at you. Like.
My main thing wouldn't be like, oh, he's going to beat me up. It's like, no, he's just going to shoot me.
Yeah.
He's unhinged. Like,
and then like...
I can't even scratch the surface of the shit he did, but he was just in the news constantly when I was into MMA for being a mad cunt.
Yeah. It actually good to look up the stuff that War Machine got up to 2006.
One day when we start doing real research for this podcast.
Yeah, that's it. After a while, we're going to have to just do... to hack the news this week.
I was only thinking, like, the only way this podcast will survive in like 20 weeks is if we're like, right, we have to research this for a week. As if it's a real thing.
Just so everybody knows, we don't do any research, really.
We do. We write notes.
Most of the stuff is stuff we know.
Yeah. So if you're ever like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about, it's mostly because we haven't a fucking clue what we're talking about.
If you're listening to this, I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, like...
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, thanks. Fair play for listening to us. But it doesn't mean that what we're saying is all facts. Do you know what I mean?
No.
And if you're going to come out and say, what you said is...
That's literally the only reason we label it a comedy podcast.
Yeah, because it's odd.
No one can say, but oh god, that's bullshit, you were saying mad shit. But but it's a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. Everything's a joke. We're not comedians or anything.
No. Just tell a joke.
Just tell a joke.
Another hacky thing about MMA, I've only seen this happen a couple of times, and we already brought up Josh Koscheck, and this actually happened to him, not by him, is people going after the belt. So he fought Paul Daly, the black English fella, who has like, he's only known for having like a really powerful right knockout strike. Josh Koscheck held him down for 3 hours for 3 rounds because you scared shit. What else are you going to do? And then at the end of the 3rd round, they walk their separate ways. Paul Daly smacks him on the mouth. Not a full one, but you're
I think he punched him in the back of the head.
Yeah, it's like you could kill someone doing that. I know, not him there and then, but someone in general.
Yeah. And then he got barred from the UFC for life.
Yep, I've never been as happy for something in my life. And any time I see him fighting somewhere else, I'm like, fuck, who would hire that scumbag?
Yeah.
He was riding up to the 9, so.
Paul Daly,
that was like the end of the ride area, and he was very muscly. He was like a cloud.
Yeah, I remember it,
Black cloud.
There's a real funny where Tate Ortiz is fighting Chael Sonnen.
The hack of Tate Ortiz. When did they fight?
Tate Ortiz. We could do a whole hack of Tate Ortiz.
We forget about him.
In the last few years, like, before Chael retired, and
where did they fight though?
Bellator. Yeah. And they're just fucking giving each other shit. Tate Ortiz is, I'm gonna just say this, he's a fucking retard.
Absolute retard, man. Look at his head.
He's a potato.
Spud.
There's a fucking great video online, I think I sent to you, and it was like Tate Ortiz giving wisdom, and it's just all...
it's just him talking water, man. He is stupid as well.
It's brilliant.
Even like his rivalry with Chuck Liddell and somewhat with Ken Shamrock is what got me into UFC a lot, because
you just want to see him get killed.
I wanted to see him get bet, and Chuck Liddell kept doing it. And he did it twice. And for some fucking reason, about 2 to 3 years ago, they fought again when Chuck Liddell's like fucking 70 years old.
He might as well be. CTE.
Oh, fucking, he has the ultimate CTE, man. Everyone's like, you can't knock him out. It's like, you can't knock him out because it's all just inner brain damage. Rashad Evans knocked him out.
No, Tate Ortiz knocked him out in that fight, didn't he?
Did you ever see Rashad Evans knock him out? That was making me cry when I watched it.
It's a head kick, is it?
It was Chuck Liddell was going for an overhand right, and Rashad Evans was going for a left uppercut, so it was at the exact same time, just boom, out as like a light, man. These things happen, though.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Nothing worse than seeing your favourite fighter get past their prime, like.
That fucking Golden Boy Promotions thing, that fucking held that Tate Ortiz, Chuck Liddell 3, fucking Oscar De La Hoya.
Should be banned.
He should be shot.
It's like the MMA equivalent of... do you know the things that host those Jake Paul fights?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've never watched it. I've never watched it either, but like, in between those fights, it's like a rap concert.
Yeah, no, yeah,
like Cardi B comes on and sings. And,
I know, yeah.
Like, and
it's a variety show.
Like, yeah. And everyone from hip hop podcasts to MMA